After spending the day with the Lamborghini Aventador SV Roadster, I can say this is one of the best cars I have ever driven. The grip is unparalleled, the sound is incredible, it looks amazing, and the tachometer feels like you're playing a video game. But of course, no car is perfect, so here are some of the shortcomings and the things I really don't like about the Lamborghini Aventador SV Roadster. First off, the transmission. This car has the single clutch ISR transmission from the Lamborghini Aventador. And there's some problems with that. Single clutch transmissions are good in the sense that they are lightweight, and it was a great technology in the past. But now with lighter weight double clutch transmissions, you have the incredibly fast shifts, in most cases faster than a single clutch, and you also have the daily drivability aspect. Now I understand that this is a car that is more hardcore, more meant for the track, but there are some benefits that this could have, that this car could benefit from if it had a double clutch transmission. One, it feels like when you shift, it throws the balance of the car slightly off. It's so aggressive that if you're shifting while you're slightly curving, the car jerks and it's a little bit scary. Now with the double clutch transmission, the shifts are so smooth, you're able to keep the power down at all times and you don't have that jerky interruption. The other thing is, most of the people who buy this car in general are going to be driving them on the road the majority of the time, not the track. And that means that having the daily drivability of a double clutch transmission is very much preferred. This car, it's difficult to start going forward, it's a little bit jerky, and when you give half throttle shifts, the car sways back and forth in this really unpredictable and rather annoying manner. Second up, the weight of the SV Roadster. Now this car is 110 pounds lighter than the Aventador Roadster, but in US spec, the SV Roadster is 4,000 pounds. As a comparison, the 675 LT Spider is 3,000 pounds. A 4,000 pound car is more akin to something like a family sedan and not an all-out supercar that has hypercar levels of performance. There's no doubt this car is an incredible performer. To lap the Nürburgring in under 7 minutes is a feat that is just incredible. And it's the fastest car other than the Radicals for the money by far. But think about how much better it could be if the car was a lot lighter. And I'm hoping for the next generation of the Aventador, whatever they call that, and when they come out with the SV model, it'll be based on a lighter chassis, potentially a smaller car, and a lighter weight V12. I don't know if they're going to go to forced induction or not. I know Lamborghini is really opposed to that, but if that does happen, it will drop the weight down. Although, if they could keep this engine forever, I would be happy. But you can't get over the weight and the size. This thing feels massive. I'm on this relatively tight, curvy road, and it just feels dangerous in this environment. It feels like it's wider than an F-150, and in fact, it's actually almost as wide as an F-150 pickup truck. How crazy is that? Next up, the interior electronics are kind of laughable. Now, once again, this is a race car in a sense, so the electronics aren't all that important. But I kind of feel like they either should have not had it at all, or at least been up to date with current standards. This has a 30-pin plug for an iPhone 3. I mean, what the hell is the point of that? Who buying an SV Roadster still has an iPhone 3? None of them. So in order to get it to connect to an iPhone 7, you've got to have 3 different cables connected to each other that make the cord extremely long, and it's really annoying. Another problem, Bluetooth only works for talking. It doesn't work for streaming music. So you have to actually use CDs or use this ridiculous toggle of many cables attached to each other. Compared to cars that are so much cheaper, and it's not, I don't know if it's a cost thing or what, it certainly isn't a weight thing to be able to add the ability to stream music into the multimedia system. It would be way better. I will say the backup camera is not bad, and the rear visibility isn't as bad as I was expecting. Another issue is storage space. Namely, there isn't a single place to put anything. And I'm serious. There is no glove box, there is no compartment behind the seats, there is no compartment in the center dash area, there are no compartments in the doors, there is absolutely nothing. They could have had a tiny little space and even cut out the center of the center console like they do in the Huracan to give you a little bit of extra space, and in a way that would have weight savings as well. Instead, if you have things that aren't in your pocket, you either have to put them at your feet, which is annoying if you're the only one in the car and you have stuff at the feet of the passenger seat. It's going to be making a lot of noise as it wiggles back and forth and slams into your expensive Alcantara and carbon fiber. I've got a helmet strap right here and it's jammed in between the door and the seat. That's really the only place I could put it, which is a little silly. Lastly, I can't afford it. I love this car, but man, $720,000 is absolutely an insane amount of money for what you could get for that. I mean, a Rolls-Royce Wraith, you could have a Huracan Spider, you could have a chef as well as a driver for the Rolls-Royce Wraith, or you could have a hell of a nice house. But we're car enthusiasts, so what would we rather have, a nice house or a nice car? Of course, the nice car. But I'm just playing around. If I could afford this thing and I won the Powerball tomorrow, my God, would I go out and buy one. But overall, the car is an incredible performance machine that I'm sure is insane to drive on the track. But in terms of livability and driving it on the road, it just feels too big and almost too powerful to really get to use any of it. So for that, the Aventador SV Roadster leaves me very pleased with its insane performance aspects, but a little bit disappointed in terms of how much you can actually utilize any of it, because it is such a big machine. Please follow GC Seed on Instagram. He let me drive his SV Roadster, and oh my God, thank you so much for this amazing opportunity. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like always, please browse our channel and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you next video.